What's going on? Today is going to be a rough stream. We have 14 people in here, 15 people, and it's 1:30. Oh goodness, nobody's on today, huh? All right. I mean, as far as bias goes, it's pretty easy. Um, we're going down. 1 minute IFG had a 5 minute demo because I'm the greatest demo trader of all time. Nice. I don't know if you guys saw earlier in AM, I was talking about buying put contracts today. I was talking about it around like 10:40 or 10:30 or whatever. Whenever you see this signature in price, right, where we start to violate higher time frame for value gaps with a lot of momentum, and we're displacing past our obvious sell side targets, and we're not seeing 10 AM reversals and that kind of thing, and there's a lot of volatility, and we're already down like 1.5% going into the AM session. These are the days where like you can really make money trading options, and obviously it's hindsight, but ever since I talked about that, we're down another 150 points, right? And so this is where like options really shine. Now I didn't take anything because I'm taking a break from options. I found I was like focusing too much on it, and it was distracting me from like trading futures. And so I focused more on that this week, and I actually just was able to secure my MFFU payout from the last couple weeks. That's good.
Just so you guys know, Reliable will not be doing a PM stream today. I'm doing it.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. Well, I'll see
No,
you guys
I'm just kidding.
later.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No.
Better you than me. I'm not trying to sit through this.
Yeah, me neither, bro. You already dumped so much.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um, what was I gonna say? Um, I guess buys is still bearish into the low.
Yeah.
Do you
So
want to play Fortnite?
right now, no, no,
Yeah,
we gotta focus on
I played
stream.
Fortnite on stream earlier.
Maybe that's okay for AM, but in PM we do Wordle.
Okay.
Maybe we can start a poker table. We got Odie in here, and I don't know
Wait,
who
who?
else. It was Stock Beast, Crunchy Pickle, and Seapool or whatever. I think he's a premium member. And then we had like Oxano saying he would play, and then Leopard said he would jump on, and then like nobody else did. So it was just us four. But since last night, I've gotten interest from other people just DMing. So I think we're gonna try and make it like a monthly event in here. We'll do like one table a month or something.
Okay.
If that's cool with you, I mean it's your server.
Yeah, I don't care.
All right.
Pattern long.
Pattern long.
Mm.
Are we delivering from anywhere? Ooh, maybe the 15. Unless did we close below it? Kind of looks like we did. Let me draw this out.
Check.
Yeah, we definitely did. All right. Well, that sucks. We got this one. This is the last gap in the leg. But we never like came down and swept the low, and this one's better because it's like more recent.
All right, have fun.
All right. See it. All right. 30-second short setup. Probably just an FU short. We inverse that 15-minute to the left, so we're still very bearish. We'd be delivering out of the 3-minute here. We have equal lows here. Stop on the play is like 5 points only. It probably works, right? And it's invalid. But yeah, target's just down. We're probably just gonna. Well, I went mute. I don't know what happened. We're probably just gonna head down here for the rest of the session. We might end up like getting off early today. We have like nobody in here, so at least people are like learning. Like this is good. I'm glad like not a lot of people are in here. I think we might peak at like 60 people maybe. Yeah, for sure. Which is crazy, right, Fahrenheit? Because we had 50 people like pretty consistently like when we were first starting out, and now, um, you know, not so much. What's an FU short? It's just like when the market's so low that like shorts on a trend day like make no sense, but yet they'll still work. FU long is the same thing, just the opposite way. It's just we're in a bearish trend day, and so for some reason, like these shorts that would never work on a normal day just work. But yeah, no, Fahrenheit. We talked about, we wanted to discuss today um, how to anticipate like bad PA. Okay. And like today's a textbook example, right? Um, you know, we get the massive dump this morning and then we just chopped for the remainder of the session. Now, what did I take today? We can go over that. You think any good potential options plays? I feel like if you're going to take an options play, you should already have been in from when I was talking about it this morning. Any of these inverses would have been fine for that and just take the 0 day to expiry without any stop loss. Now, because we're so low, we're down 3% on the day and we're pretty close to our target, it doesn't make sense as far as like risk to reward goes. Oh yeah, congrats, Ixana. But yeah, let's go over the plays from today. We got this 30-second short, which I think was the play of the day. And I saw this, and in hindsight, I probably should have taken it. But for me, like, I just wasn't really vibing with the volatility that was going on here, how all these candles were kind of wicked and we were just spiking all over the place. But realizing that this happened right at 950, even giving you the manipulation leg right there at the start of the macro, probably was good enough, um, of a confluence there to take the 30-second short. So that was probably a missed opportunity by me. I should have been in that, and I just didn't. And then obviously that ran for like 1,000,000 points. And then we had this 1 minute / 30-second short here that Dodgy called A plus, right in the macro as well. So both of the trades that we had today that were good presented themselves during the macro. And then the play that I took today was this play. This was my only trade today. This is what got me my payout. I took this long. I figured the stop loss on this was super tight. So worst case scenario, I lose like 7 points here or like $70 because I took this with 5 micros. And yeah, it worked out pretty well. Ran into the high. And the reason why this long is good is because we had a bullish SMT at this 30-second low here. We had this as our initial entry, right? So confirmation set up off of this. And then we had all of these stack ties here for liquidity. And the only bad thing about it was time, right? Time was not on our side here. But for me, I figured that this would work at least to this high because there was no roadblocks here to the left since we inversed this 30-second when we got this inverse, right? So this to me was a good play, and it worked for me. It was really good risk to reward. It was like 3 or 4R. So, yeah, there's that. And then we got this 30-second short here, which, like, you probably shouldn't have been shorting after sell side hit. But knowing that it was a bearish trend day, we got this one here too, and I called that out for the mentorship people. And then after that, it's just pretty much just been FU shorts all afternoon. The reason why I called this 30-second out was because we had one of the strongest draws in liquidity in the entire market. It's second in our list of hierarchy of draws. We had 1 hour equal lows here, and the equal lows were very good because the 1 hour that formed the equal lows was a swing low. So um, that was a great target for this short. And I think we inversed the 30 second. Yeah, we did, but there might have been like a 15 second that we respected. Not really, but like it doesn't matter. You have 1 hour equal lows below. Like those are gonna get wrecked. Maybe the 1 minute held, maybe the 2 minute held or something. I don't know. We were still rejecting off this, so either way, it was fine. It's just bad time. And then after that, more shorts, and then more shorts. And now we're just gonna chop probably for the rest of the day. And so, like, seeing this drop after open, you should be anticipating bad price action, right? And you should be waiting for the macro time to form another setup. And if you waited for the macro time like you should, when you're anticipating bad PA, you end up getting a good setup, right? So that's one aspect of it. It's whenever we've moved way too much in the day, okay? Another way you can anticipate bad PA is if we've taken out our daily targets. So once again, this scenario here, we don't necessarily have the worst price action yet. We're still forming 1 minute for value gaps. We're still respecting them, creating, I guess good price action, right? But as soon as we take out that daily target, we start to get, not the greatest price action, right? We come up, miss highs, inverse gaps all over the place, respect, do all this stuff, right? Like for example, this is not the greatest price action in the world. Seeing price inverse this to the downside, miss the low, and then come back up, right? Typically you'll see price, respect that, come down, sweep liquidity, then come up. So this is like textbook of like, okay, we've taken out the daily target. Now we can anticipate chop, especially after the fact that we are now outside of the macro, right? Of course, for me, I didn't really care because if you look at the time that we reversed at 11, and sometimes on bearish or bullish trend days, you can expect somewhat of a reversal or retracement at 11. And so that was kind of the idea here, right? Like this momentum, liked all that. So not always following my rules to a T. Sometimes there's a little bit more nuance when it comes to trading, and that's kind of what you're going to find out when you're finding your edge. But yeah, if price is bad or you're not finding setups or whatever, wait for macro times. That's basically the gist of like, navigating bad PA. And then anticipating it is basically watching AMD play out. And then once that AMD is played out, you see that distribution play out, we've hit our target or whatever, that's when you can usually anticipate it. And then obviously when we're outside of the kill zones, you can anticipate it. And then, I don't know. Obviously, like all the other sides of bad PA that know, like if price starts to get like really sideways, right? After a liquidity sweep, that can be a sign of bad PA. If we're chopping between two fair value gaps, you can anticipate bad PA that way. If there's no obvious draws on liquidity, you can anticipate bad PA. And then if there's conflicting draws on liquidity, you can anticipate bad PA. So I think that kind of like is our summary of like how to anticipate it. Does anybody have any questions regarding that? I hope that kind of cleared things up. Fahrenheit. Got it? Okay, cool. So the 30-second long there was off of a bullish SMT. If I said bearish, my apologies. But yeah, it was off of this low that got swept. So I believe ES made equal lows here, but NQ did not. And they swept the low. So because of that, plus this V-shaped reaction here, right, our initial entry, I thought it was a good long. The reason why I didn't enter off this long was because I was waiting for the 1 minute, and then the 1 minute obviously went invalid. And so when I saw price form that 1 minute for value gap, we tap into it and then get this long right after. I was like, okay, that'll probably work. And if it doesn't, it's a very small stop. So that was the idea behind that trade. We did. We had a delivery from the 1 minute for value gap JIS. This one here. This was like our 2022 setup. Right. And our liquidity sweep obviously was the 30-second here forming the SMT. And then V-shape. Congrats, Kukwa. Normally I risk $200 on a 50K funded. Oh, is that why you changed your name to Fianzano? Because it's like fiance? That's funny. Gotcha. You did that yesterday. So what? Is this like day two? You popped the question last night? So we got this 4 minute to the upside here. We can continue to watch the 3 minute here, I guess, but there's a tiny 3 minute BPR above. Obviously, we're not taking longs, but we can observe. So on, I'm doing good, man. How are you? I think today's gonna be a pretty chill stream. We just went over how to tell or anticipate bad PA, and we talked about some of the setups from earlier today. And now I think we're just chilling. By the way, if you guys are trying to go to Canada, now would be the time to do it. Before tariffs go into place. We have the rising Canadian dollar versus the U.S. dollar, so um, everything in Canada should be cheaper. If you're from the U.S., if you're in Canada, don't come to the U.S. right now. Obviously, for multiple reasons. We have travel restrictions all over the place, and ICE agents arresting people, and obviously, your dollar is weaker compared to the U.S. So,
Dude, that was a banger, dude. Let's go.
what'd you take? The 30 second? Wait, what did you take actually? Yeah, for sure. It's definitely you guys are probably doing good now, right, Walrus? Like if you're from Canada, it was like a pay raise, right? Like what 5% Canadian or something already. Okay, something I might be missing. I understand we have an IVG in the purple, but I also thought that for A plus setup we need a liquidity sweep and then react from a FEG. In this case, lower plus SMT and then inverse FEG. Am I missing something? So here, this is our liquidity sweep, right? Is on the 30 second here we have this low. Okay, we don't have any delivery on this long. Okay, so this is like an A setup, V shape, right, with the SMT. And then when we get this long, we don't get a liquidity sweep, right? But the SMT is kind of like our confluence for the liquidity sweep. And then we get this delivery out of the 1 minute for value gap. So here, this would just technically be an A setup if you're following the model. So you're not missing anything as far as like getting an A plus setup, but this is probably an A setup. Like I said, the reason why I really like this is because we got our reversal around 11 for our retracement. We had unfilled liquidity above still. We violated this 30 second gap here before we got the inverse. And we had a really small stop on the play. So not an A plus setup, but still something that I'll consider taking unfunded because of the stop size. It's good risk to reward. It's like if I'm going for 20 points here and my stop is only 5 points, that's 4R. So for me, it made sense in what I needed to do as far as getting my accounts paid out because I didn't need to make a lot of money. I only needed to make like $100 or whatever for the day for MFFU, and I wasn't looking for something with a lot of like that was high risk, so that I like lost a bunch of money and I wouldn't be able to get like the payout or whatever. But yeah, there's the 3 minute close above there. Mechanical entry. Obviously, like we're in a bearish trend day condition. We could see price reverse here, and like maybe at 2 o'clock we come up and tap into this SIBI and see further sell side. But I don't know. Right now, this is like one of those Friday afternoons where I probably wouldn't trade, right? Because what is our like condition for trading accounts, right? For funded, it's time plus the model plus bias, right? And then as far as like eval, it's either good PA or defined bias. And like I guess you could take eval trades because our bias is clearly short, But like when we're this low, it's hard to say like we have a defined bias because technically like after this much of a drop, we could reverse from anywhere. And we're kind of chopping sideways right now, and we're not really respecting bearish or bullish PD arrays. I mean, obviously higher time frame we are, but on the lower time frame we're just kind of doing whatever. We've inversed the 4-minute there to the upside, the 3-minute. Now we're coming back down and inversing the 30 seconds here. So it's just like overall pretty choppy PA. It's not like good, and like the bias is kind of all over the place right now. So I would definitely be on eval today. Especially if you're green on the week. You don't want to go into the weekend, giving back your profits from the week. And you don't really want to be taking trades this low. What I think we might be able to get, which could be nice, is like maybe a setup during a macro time later for 3 o'clock. Like let's say we come down and sweep the lows and get like a 350 macro trade or 3 o'clock power hour trade, putting in the power of 3 bottom of the wick for the daily candle. That could be good. We could also see a situation where we create the 1 hour candle at 2 o'clock and we sweep out both sides of it. Stalker Gains was talking about that yesterday when that occurred. And he brought it up to me once before, and I kind of forgot why it was significant. It was apparently something that he was backtesting, and it happened quite often, where we basically swept out both sides of the previous hourly candle in the last hour of the day. But yeah, I don't know what relation that would have to like the market or ICT. Normally I have an explanation as far as orders go, but maybe it's kind of something like where when we create the last hourly candle, it's like the data wick situation where we have now liquidity resting on both sides that the final hourly candle wants to sweep out. And so once we get that first sweep of the either hourly candle high or low, we target the opposite side during the 350 macro. But yeah, honestly, like I don't really know because I don't think I learned it from ICT. It was just something that he mentioned, and I've noticed a couple times when he's brought it up. I have a question regarding TradeEvade and entering with a group with several accounts. Since you cannot use stop loss, how do you manage number of contracts for a certain amount of risk? It's a newbie question. You can use stop loss. You just can't use your bracket orders, right? So if you want to put a stop loss in for whatever trade you're in, just put a limit order, like a buy stop or sell or whatever. But if you meant like as far as like this, what I do is I just look, well, after a certain number of time, you kind of like know like, okay, this many points is this much, right? So you kind of memorize it. But if you look at TradingView, you can basically look at like this. And if you set your risk amount to whatever you're intended to risk for your account size, in my case, it's 200. You being able to adjust your stop here using the risk tool changes the quantity here of the amount of contracts you can trade given your risk, right? So 10 point stop loss here is equal to $200, so I'm able to risk 1 mini or 10 micros, right? And then for every point beyond that, right, it decreases. So in this scenario, I could risk 5 micros, right, because you just multiply this number by 10, and that's how many micros you can trade. So that's one way you can do it, or you can just memorize it, which is what I've done. Yeah, brackets don't work for, I believe, TradeEvade. Maybe they do. I don't know. I learned a lot of new stuff about TradeEvade. I'm not like an expert on it. All I know is buy market, sell stop, take profit. That's about it. But yeah, you would just do a limit after you enter. Yeah, and then you can adjust that limit wherever, you can adjust it to your break even by moving it up or whatnot. Okay, so we got up to 72 people in here. It's more than I thought there would be, but welcome everyone. What are you guys all doing here on a Friday afternoon after a massive dump? At work, adding, learning, knowledge, working, listening and learning, looking for a massive pump. LV, were you in the mentorship thing earlier today? No? Okay. Gotcha. Javi, you had a good week? Is that why you're getting sushi? All right. We're going to play Wordle early today. We're not getting anything in this macro anyway. So, what are we doing? What words are we guessing? I have a word in mind. I guess I'll start. Okay. We got an R and an S. No one's interested in Wordle today. We could do press. We could do what else? Prism. We could do what else? I kind of like Prism. What else would there be? Could you... Nope, that doesn't work. Risky? Okay, yeah, let's do risky. I like that. Okay. So no I. So it could still be press. I don't even know how to play Wordle. Okay, so this is how you play Wordle. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Each guess must be a valid 5-letter word. The color of the tiles will change to show you how close your guess was to the word. W in the word is in the correct spot. So green is the letters in the right spot. Yellow means it's in the word, but it's in the wrong spot. And U, because it's grayed out, is not in the word. So all of these letters are not in the word. R and S are. And so now you're just trying to guess words with the letters we have remaining. So obviously if R is in the wrong spot here and R is in the wrong spot here, we have to guess a word that has R here, here, or here. And then if S is in the wrong spot here and S is in the wrong spot here, we have to guess a word with the S here, here, or here. 30-second long here. We do have a 30-second. Thank you, Fahrenheit. Not really something I would ever take. This is probably like a C setup. Works to the break even. We have like this internal versus external thing going on too. That's why it's a bad setup. But maybe if we got the 3-minute inverse, you know, that could be good. We also have, I believe, a 2-minute. So we just got that 2-minute there. So that's a little bit better, but considering there's, oh, actually there is an SMT. We did get an SMT off this low. So maybe we're due for a reversal, but these are not price conditions I want to be trading. And I definitely want to wait for like multiple time frame closes on a trend day. And honestly, I'm still not even going to take the long, and even if we do get the 3-minute. All right. You think dress? Yeah, let's try dress. Okay, so we got the S in the right spot. So the R is going to be here. It's not going to be here, obviously, right? Because what word ends with SR, right? So S and then E is probably going to be here. So we got ers. So what else? What other word could be ers? Verse? Could be verse for sure. What other word? It could also be purse. Right? I guess if the E's in the last spot. What do you think? Purse or verse? Verse. What else could it be? I think I actually like purse here because I think we've already gotten verse before. But we'll try verse. Alright, verse it was. Very cool. Okay. You got the mini. Like crackers after the box is left open. Oh, actually, we do have the 3-minute. I'll focus on that. So we'll watch this. Is anybody going to be taking the 3-minute here? The stop loss on this is 30 points. So you'd want to target something at least 30 points away. Maybe we could target lunch highs here. Oh, actually, no. Lunch highs are up here. I lied. I mean, you could target lunch highs. It'd be 100 points. So yeah, there's the 3-minute inverse. All right, Exis, we'll see you Monday. So break even for the 3-minute is going to be this. Obviously, I'm not in this. I've already said that like 3 times. I wouldn't take this even if we got it. So let's see. Like, actually, genuinely, I'm not in this. This would probably be what? A setup, mechanically? Because the gap isn't singular. But we have good momentum. We have liquidity sweep. We have the SMT. What else? I don't know. I mean, decent break-even point, right? It's, I think at least 0.5 R away, right? Dodgy talked about that in the mentorship today. So 0.5 R on that. We did just hit the high there on ES. So SMT there now at the high, but with this momentum, I think it'll break. How many points was that, though? That was 12 points from the entry, so maybe it makes sense to go break even off the SMT. What do we think? I don't know if anyone's in this trade. I mean, it might be a good long, right? You know, we're at low of day, but I don't want to fade the trend on a bearish trend day after we've dropped 500 points. 600 points, whatever it was. So, looks like that was a break even off the SMT. I think it makes sense to go break even there on a bearish trend day for sure. So, I guess we can watch to see if the break even saves us, but yeah, I think I would have gotten break even there. All right, back to, I guess, this. So, stale, someone said. Targets of facial cleansers. Patronized as a restaurant. House occupied by a Presbyterian minister. Material that's an anagram of 1 across and 4 down. Bombards with texts say the Z and X plus Y equals Z. Stadium's covered counterpart. Most opposite. And Lauder in the beauty aisle. 6 is pores. Okay. Alright. Fahrenheit knows his, I guess his, what, facial cleansers or makeup or whatever? I don't know if this is pores because I thought this was. Oh, I guess it can't be that. Never mind. Arena. True. I think what this is total, right? Guest. 7 is guest. Okay, well maybe that's not total then. Wait, this doesn't make any sense. How is a guest if SPG? Yeah. I'm gonna go back to total. Material that's an anagram of 1 across and 4 down. Stale. I don't get it. Oh, least, right? Anagram, duh. Slate. And then 1 down. Bombards with text say. What is that? Spams? Bombards with text. Why was I saying bombards? Bombards. Yeah. Alright, cool. Cool, cool. Alright, so the 3-minute gap is holding. Do we have a 30-second? We do have a 30-second confirmation long here. Much better stop. If you're still interested in longs here and you want a better entry with better risk to reward, this would be it. Me personally, I'm kind of anticipating this setup to actually fail based off the SMT and kind of this reaction, but we'll see. We might have actually came back to 50% here too. Yeah, so we did come back to 50, so maybe this 30-second is valid. Okay, no liquidity sweep. We disrespected that 30-second there, so this is probably an A- confirmation long. Unless, did we hit like a 3-minute? Oh yeah, the 3-minute. Okay, so we have delivery. So this is actually an A setup. A confirmation long. We got that 30-second to the downside, obviously. So that's still currently valid if you wanted to enter based off that and that reaction. And then obviously the break-even point is here. This is a bad break-even because the risk reward to it is pretty weak. And you're in a 3-minute gap. So it might make more sense for the 3-minute to get inversed before taking a short. Or whatever the singular gap is here, the 4-minute. Yeah, the 4-minute. Or the 2-minute. 2-minute is better risk to reward. So yeah, we'll watch this 2-minute here. Might need to come back for this. This makes this a good break-even point on the short, I guess. But I don't know. Does anybody else seem like intrigued by this A confirmation long? Okay. It is choppy, right? If we go to, what would this be? Actually, the 5-minute looks kind of clean. The 4-minute looks clean. I don't think it's that choppy. I mean, the 30-second looks choppy, but all right, we'll go back to connections, I guess. This is just going to chop here. Chuck, Monty, bracket, city, skirt, pitch, flank, badge, study, sash, sling, bookend, surround, bingo, beret, pelt. This connection seems very easy. Oh, wait, you guys can't see it? Have you guys not been able to see it this whole time? Oh, my bad. Okay, so 30-second there went up. So there's the break even for the 30-second long there. Really good momentum, kind of. First TP, we have to find 1-to-1 away. Maybe that gap. Yeah, this 1 minute unfilled would be, I guess, first TP. Or it's just going to be a break even. Is bias short right? I don't really have a bias right now. Too low to short, too long to... Or not too long, too bearish to long. Made equal highs there, so probably going to come up and take those. Would you trade or stop? I'm done for the day, I think. I'm definitely on eval only, and I'm probably not even going to take an eval trade. Reason why is because I was able to secure the payout this morning, and so I'm done. But yeah, for this, any ideas for the connection? It's just basically you're making four groups of 4 words. All right. Chuck, skirt, flank. Okay. Wow, I'm really starting to like the momentum. Okay, so no break even there. Work to first TP. I don't know. That 30-second, man. It was definitely intriguing. Next, target is going to be if we break this. I would take off half there in the gap for sure. If we start to break this, I might get bullish here. This 5 minute, I think, up. Monty Hall, Bingo Hall, Study Hall, City Hall. What's Monty Hall? What was my trade today? Yeah, I went over it, but I will share it again. Wow, this 30 seconds really cooking. Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, you got the hardest one first, JM Hawk. Good job. Um, well, City we used for that. I think what it is it's pelt, beret, or not beret, sorry, sash, sling, and maybe badge, things you wear on your shoulder. Is that the idea, right? No. Alright, I guess that was wrong. And then obviously we can go back to skirt, chuck, or, yeah, flank. I don't know. Obviously this is brackets around bookend. What would be the last one? Yeah, it could be beret, sash, badge. Oh, wait, no, we just tried that, didn't it? Maybe it's not sling. Short? No short. The 30 seconds not obvious there. Jerk skirt flank. Dude, I want to figure out this last cut of meat. Yeah, it could be Scottish clothing, beret, sash, pelt, maybe? Maybe that's it. We'll try that. One away. I think the stake thing is meant to throw us off. I don't know. I don't know what the last one would be. We need to figure out this. This is surround, bookend, bracket. Let's figure out the short setup here. Yeah, there's not anything obvious. Just the 30-second here that we formed, I guess, or the 1 minute. We could watch that. So I think the 30-second there was a break even. Yeah, so scale plus break even there. And now we have this 1 minute short. We have liquidity sweep here, delivery out of that, singular gap, good momentum so far. So this is A plus. Obviously really low in the day, so probably A plus. Okay. A plus mechanically. Subjectively, this is probably, I don't know, an A minus setup. So if you guys are trying to figure out what the model looks like, this is it. But subjectively, we're very low. Pitch, sling, chuck. Yeah, it could be throwing, sling, chuck. What would be the last one? Yeah, 30-second confirmation long here. So there's that triggering. This would probably be an A minus setup. I mean, if we're going to grind up. Here, I'm just going to focus on the charts. We're actually getting movement. Aren't we in 2 5-minute FEGs, so need to wait for one to break? Yeah. Yeah, probably. To confirm bullish bias, for sure. That's why I rated this an A minus setup. So that fails. So that's telling me that we're violating bullish PD arrays to the downside, but we're also violating bearish PD arrays up. So just really bad choppy conditions with no bias. But we're getting like for value gaps. So that's good. What's the risk reward on this? So that's 8 points stop, maybe 10 points at the worst for the stop loss, 10 points to the low there. Maybe I'll take this on eval. Maybe this will be our first setup. Just don't hit the low. Are we gonna get the close? So there's the close. Pretty mid conditions, but I think this should work to the low because this is kind of like LRLR here a little bit. It's only 3 lows, but that should break. There's no roadblocks to the left. Probably break even at that low because this should just keep going once we hit that. Or it'll fail. Did that fail? No, close to the tick. Well, that could be bad. Another 30-second long? Okay, yeah, these are not great conditions. Don't be entering anything, honestly, in this. Yeah, this is very weird. Yeah, no, the play has not failed yet. We do have the inception gap, true. The inception gap, it's the gap that's formed when we inverse the fair value gap to the left. It's that gap. That's the inception gap. I think I'm probably going to jump out of this for break even if it gives it to me. I don't really like this. Well, looks like that's not going to be the case. Yeah, so there's like the fail. That sucks. It's a good thing it was eval only. On 1 minute 2, tiny. Oh, okay, gotcha. So we've generated more LRLR to the downside here. Right. These are all now stacked lows. So we'll see. I think this is still the right idea. You know, looking for shorts. Oh, I guess we had this 15-second that still held. Oh, well. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to base my criteria for a trade off that, but that would suck if we came up to that BPR just to reject. I hope not. So this is what good LRLR looks like, by the way, guys. Where we're seeing these algorithmic base hits along the trend line here, right? We're getting another one here too. You know, eventually I think this will all break. We'll just see when. Did anybody take this loss? One? Okay. You guys didn't take that unfunded, right? It was just like an eval play that you tried out? Okay, good. Yeah, Pip Captain. So yeah, this I'd say this is pretty typical Friday PM PA, especially after a massive dump. I think even though mechanically this is A plus, like this is just like not the greatest trade in the world. That's why I emphasized it would be an eval trade. I think this play probably loses 40% of the time, wins 60%. So we just ended up on that 40% of the time, and that's okay. You know, if we looked at the 15-second, technically, you know, that's still working, but we're not going to base our bias off the 15-second when the 30 and whatever break with decent momentum. So another base hit, and we might break the trend line here. Let's see. All right. Good so far. See if we can get that last low. Okay, well, there's the low. Still in this low, break even. Nice, Javi. Where's going to be your first scale? Because we have this massive roadblock in the way now, in this 2 minute. All right, Angel. Have a good weekend. Oh, nice, Murmur. Okay, cool. That wasn't a bad idea. I think when we saw this LRLR forming, you know, it could be expected to be ran, for sure. Now we just need to watch to see if this 2 minutes going to get inversed. I think we'll see based off the close here. Yeah, so we got 2 more minutes till this gap gets officially inversed, and then from there we'll just see. You already scaled? All right, nice. Yeah, I think scaling there at the 2 minutes not a bad idea. All right, space. Yeah, for sure, space. I think PM this morning was pretty good. Or not PM. PA this morning was pretty good. Alright, so respecting the 2 minutes so far, I figured this candle would kind of be our tell because we hit CE of the gap. So usually when we hit CE of a gap, it's kind of like the make or break moment if the gap's going to inverse. And if we respect it, that means that we might not. And if we disrespect it, then that means we probably will inverse it. But yeah, here it looks like Price just wanted to retap in this 30-second. I think we're just bad delivery right now. I don't think I'm going to look at anything else. But we will keep trying to tape read stuff and find stuff to look for. I guess I should have seen that 15-second there, that BPR. That probably would have been like our actual stop loss spot, but at the same time, that's bad risk reward at that point. So we should have just never been in the trade. Probably. We would have had to hold for like down here, and we have to break through this. So this probably wasn't the best trade ever to take, but I still think it's an A- setup, all things considered. It's definitely not B because we have the liquidity sweep, right? This would be a B setup if we didn't get that. So 1 minute long? No, because bias isn't really clear right now. We're kind of chopping between two PD arrays. We have this for Vega bearish to the left, and then we have this 2 minute here. So once we break this, we'll know for sure what the bias is. So probably have to wait for a long from up here once we break that 5 minute. But this could be like our opportunity here for the start of the run up that inverses that 5 minutes. So if you think that will be the case, you could take this long, but I'd rate this still like I mean, it's A plus mechanically, right? Because, or probably A mechanically because it has like some pieces of the puzzle, but we're like missing probably momentum and bias, right? So we have sweep, delivery, singular gap, but it's not the most obvious gap in the world. It's only 3 points, and like momentum and bias there just for that inverse aren't great. All right, Space. See you Monday. The short had liquidity sweep, delivery from higher time frame, good momentum, good draw, or not. The short that we had didn't have delivery from higher time frame, but like we're higher time frame bearish. We tapped into this 15 minute and IO fetted it, and we're still technically delivering out of this 15 minute. So I guess you can say that we are bearish higher time frame. But yeah, no, I think this is an A plus mechanical short, and it's an A minus subjective short, meaning because price is kind of choppy here and we're so low in the day, it's just riskier to take, and then obviously you can see the results of that. But if we included this 15 minute or 15 second BPR, this technically never failed. It was just a break even. So this also could have just been like an execution issue on my part, and me just missing that 15 second BPR there. Of course, when you see this signature and price here on any time frame, this candle up, candle down, there's usually an inverse there, and I don't know why I didn't see that. Maybe it was because of connections. Maybe it's because of the game. So, I guess that's on me. All right, so 1 minute long is about to trigger here. We didn't get the close over there, but if we hit this high, it'll obviously be invalid. So there's the 1 minute there, break even at that blue line. So there's the break even, good momentum. Is anybody in this long? Murmur, I feel like you are. You've already taken 2 trades. Was this like your 3rd trade to put you green now in the session? Yeah, I knew it, dude. I knew you. Okay. Alright, I guess. Probably going to be a break even if we can't break over this 1 minute, but we'll see. $30-second inverse here as well. Oh yeah, we just got that there. I still think the 1 minute holding is significant, so we need to see that break. So break even there. Yeah, these are choppy price conditions. You guys see why I say like Friday just isn't the best day to trade for PM? It's like Monday, no news for us, especially after a massive drop like this. I was already saying, and I believe General, somebody asked me, they were like, you guys think PM is going to be good today? And I was like, no. No chance. So we're kind of getting that. I'll post the chat link for that. Let's find it. Yeah, for sure, Pip Captain. Back to the game? Okay, we can go back to the game. Alright. Chuck, pitch, sling. What would be the last one? Pelt? Okay. Um, yeah, so the website I use is called Chart Champs, and it's like 1v1 backtesting basically. You can play against your friends, you can play against yourself, you can, play against other people. And here's how you like set up the back test. So if I wanna trade Bitcoin, I can trade Bitcoin or whatever, but I'm gonna trade NQ. I'm gonna set like the time up for 10 minutes, $100,000 total balance, and 5% drawdown. And then yeah, I just jump in, and then this is something that I'm guessing they're improving on since it's more of a new website, but sometimes their like 9:30 opens aren't accurate. So what I'll do usually is I'll just skip to 9:30 open, and that's like here. And then we have 8:30 news apparently today, so we'll see if 8:30 news actually reacts. And so no, so I think this is an hour off of where it's supposed to be. We should be getting volume, like a big spike in volume at 9:30 if that was true. Okay, so yeah, this is true 9:30 open unless this was the 8:30 news wick that we just got here. That definitely could have been what it was. Yeah, so that was 8:30 news. So now we have a data high and a data low there. And then 10:30 is going to be our actual open. So it's just an hour off. So yeah, there's 9:30 open there. You see, you can tell based on the volume. So here's 9:30, and then yeah, it's confused because I think it doesn't account for daylight savings. But yeah, it just jumps to a random day. And so now, like, I want to look for a setup after price takes out either the data high or the data low. Okay, right, for OSFL. So missed the data high there, I believe. You missed it, right? Yeah, so missed the data high there. We're getting this pretty nice reversal here. So maybe we go take out the data low. Okay. And then just for like our sake, so you guys can see what it looks like to take a trade, because I'm not sure when else we'll see it. Normally what I'll do is I'll just set a stop at the low if I want to take a long, and then I'll adjust my risk to whatever stop size I want. So in this case, I'll do $500. Open along there, and then if I want to set a TP, I'll set like my TP for like 14,388 since that's our data high. Okay, and then I'll just skip ahead, and we'll see. Okay, so boom, there's data highs hit, right? And then now, if we see a reversal, we can target data lows now, right? Obviously, this is an OSFL setup because usually you'll wait for one side to be swept and then target the other. But I was just showing you like how that works, right? And then we are on the 1 minute time frame. Could get 1 minute short to lows here. I'm watching the 2 minute still. I think the 2 minute is what I want. But yeah, this is basically it. This is how you can like back test for free, right? This is not paid at all. And you just find like setups you want. So the 4 minute there I think looks good. We probably had a 30-second form there, but we'll look at the 4 minute here. Okay, so there would be like the entry for like the OSFL setup. So here I'd probably put my stop at like 14,400, and then open short, and then take profit at the lows there. So 14,302. And then we just go. And we get stopped. And yeah, that's chart champs. Pretty easy, right? Not too difficult. So this looks like bullish trend day. So we might see this like come back at some other point in the week. Alright, unless we're just going to leave a data low behind. So now this is past 12. It's 1, 2, 4, I think. Yes, 3:30 and 4 o'clock. So we'll probably see this get hit another day. So we'll just see. We'll just see if data lows are truly accurate. If they really do get hit 90% of the time, or if this is just going to get wrecked. So let's just go to the 1 hour. Oh wow, this data low is not getting hit. Oh wait, maybe here. What do you think? Should we just take a full send short here? Nope. Let's try. No, dude, that data low is not getting hit. Oh, that's it. All right. So let's look at the 2 minute now. So 2 minute didn't get inverse there. 4 minutes still holding. 5 minute got inversed to the downside. So bearish bias was the right idea here for sure, right? And we did respect this 15-second above. Right, came into that a couple times, so definitely the right idea. Do we have like a 1 minute here? Yeah, we held the 1 minute. So respecting bearish PD arrays down, disrespecting bullish PD arrays. If we got this 2 minute, it'll probably work. But this is definitely too low in the data short. We're down 2.7%, 540 points. So why is the 2 minute better than the 5? I think it's more obvious. And it's below the 5. Do you see how the 5 here broke, but the 2 minute technically couldn't hold? In a scenario where you're shorting at low of day, you want to see as many time frame closes as you can, and you never want to see a potential situation where one time frame will hold but the other one will inverse. You want to see both of those time frames get inversed. That's why I'm looking at the 2 minute. Yeah, for sure. So here's the 2 minute inverse. And I think the 4 minute could still technically hold here. Obviously, I'm not shorting low of day. What I'd want actually is like a liquidity sweep and then a long after. But yeah. We're just chilling. So who after today is going to alter their rules to not trade Friday PMs? After big moves. Yeah, I told you guys 2 Fridays ago or whatever it was that Friday was going to be bad because of OPEX. And then obviously this Friday. Yeah, Kenneth, you probably missed that loss too. So looks like your rules are helping you stay profitable. Yeah, for sure, Pixel. Yeah, same, Meek. My best days are Tuesday through Thursday for sure. Sometimes Friday AM is good too. So anything else we could do right now, or any questions you guys have as far as PA or I don't know anything? I mean, we can just watch this 2 minute play out, right? Break even for the 2 minute will be this low. And then this was your entry. And then stop loss would be close below or close above inception gap. So there's stop loss and then take profit here for an exact 1-to-1. So break even there. And then I would take off half at this low. And then I would hold runners for power hour, I guess, and try and target low of week. Maybe we see a 100-point move. Obviously, bias is back to being bearish because we're disrespecting bullish PDRAs, and yeah, we're making an obvious down move here. This looks like a market maker model wanting to complete at this low. Um, yeah, you should use Biage for that JMHawk, but I would just use NQM. Yeah, maybe Fahrenheit. $19,354 and NQM. Yeah, that's it. I mean, we could like talk about like this. This is our next target, and then this, and then probably this, and then I don't know. I mean, yeah, you'd probably want to use the continuous contract for these targets, but we'll figure it out come Monday. I'm guessing Dodgy will have his whole spiel on it. Let's take a look at NQ1 actually. So yeah, for NQ1, the next target would be. We reacted to this, so I'm guessing once we inverse this daily gap here, our next target will be this low, right? Actually, would I use B edge here? Where's the gap? If there's an obvious gap, that's when you use it. Is it just here? What looks closer compared to NQM? Because that's what I would base it off of. So if NQM is not 300 points away, right? NQM is pretty close. Yeah, I would use be adjusted probably then, because that's gonna align better with the changing contract. So next target would be like 19,067, and then obviously the target's down here at 18, and then I have a camera down here for some reason. Oh, I guess this adjusted because on NQH I believe this was sitting around 17,000 something. So this is our like I think final target for our retracement. This is where I would start to look for like longs. Are we getting longs, by the way, since it's the macro? We just got a 1 minute something here. 1 minute inverse, maybe? It's invalid? Okay, cool. Yeah, we hit that high first. So break even there on the 2 minute long, so no FOMO. Scotty, you missed nothing. We tried like an eval short that technically was a win or break even or whatever, but I'm an idiot and I stopped out once we closed above. The reason why I liked it was because sweep of the highs here, good V-shaped momentum back down, LRLR here, and then unfilled 2-minute down below there. And price came back up, disrespected the 1 and 30-second, but held this 15-second BPR and just hit the final take profit or first take profit or whatever. Oh, okay, gotcha. You took profit of the 5-minute Bissy and went to make dinner. Gotcha. Okay, cool. So break even on the rest for that short, I mean for that long. By the way, pinpoint accuracy on that take profit. That was good. Glad we can make that happen. That was cool. Reason why was because that was the first high that was present for like a liquidity sweep in the 1 minute, and we were still respecting this 1 minute here. So if we wanted to continue to respect it like we have been all afternoon, this would be like the lowest hanging fruit for TP. All right, Tom. See ya. Have a good weekend, man. So we had price come back here, hit the 5-minute gap created. Is there an obvious on any other gap? No. Okay, so just the 5-minute. So now if we got a long back up here, we'd have this 1 minute. Yeah, no, it hasn't been good. PM's been bad. It's true, Scotty. Yeah, April should be a lot better than March. We're coming into April starting next week, right? Nice. Okay, yeah, Tuesday. So Monday end of the quarter might be a little but Tuesday should be good. Yeah, I didn't think March was too bad. There was a couple weeks in March that were bad, but that first week and then this week have been decent. Would I rate this 1 minute up or not worth it? I mean, it would be probably like a B plus setup. Just based on price conditions. All right, honestly, I know it's like super early, but like I think we should just wrap up here. Like this is not giving us anything. And like I know as soon as we get off, we're probably going to get something that looks really good. But like what are we even staying on for at this point? Like we should all be green from the week, so or like the day or whatever. Like are we really hunting for another setup? I can't do this thing where we make one for value gap every like 25 minutes. Like 1 minute like good for value gap. Alrighty. So I think on that note, I'm gonna end stream here, guys. You guys have been great. Thanks for jumping on and sticking with me through this pretty bad PA. I'm guessing next week, it'll be pretty good. But yeah, I will catch you all then. Peace out, everyone.